It's tax season, and at LifeLock, we know you're tired of numbers. But here's a big one you need to hear. Billions. That's the amount of money in refunds the IRS has flagged for possible identity fraud. Now here's another big number. 100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed. One last big number. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit lifelock.com/podcast for the threats you can't control. Terms apply.
The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network. Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And good morning. Dominic Carter here with you. The pain of a parent. Sometimes it's best to listen, not to talk, but to listen. I spent the last few hours watching interviews of American parents, heartbroken, where they are still here on earth, and the worst pain for a parent, they had to bury their children. It's supposed to be the other way around, a child burying the parent. Then you add the double indignity. These parents, their children were killed by migrants, by illegals. It's a damn shame. Three exhibits this hour. It's a damn shame. 3 exhibits. Number 1, 83 years old. That 83-year-old U.S. Air Force veteran and grandfather, Richard Williams. Say his name, Richard Williams. He's tragically died from his injuries after that 4-time deported Honduran illegal with 15 prior arrests randomly shoved him onto the New York City subway tracks. This 83-year-old man spent a few weeks in the hospital, and now he's dead. It's a damn shame. 800-848-9222. Zero outrage or sympathy from the socialist mayor of New York City, Mayor MAMDANI. Sometimes it's best to listen. We have a serious problem in our country. We have a big problem. Exhibit number 2. Joe Abraham, an angel father, the father of Katie Abraham. And the details of this story, his daughter's death at the hands of an illegal and intoxicated migrant slammed into the back of her car at 80 miles an hour. This from Fox News.
Every parent in this room understands that there are moments in life that split time in two. Everything before and then everything after. For me, that moment came January 19th, 2025. Before that day, I was a father watching my children grow into adulthood, enjoying the simple privilege of seeing their lives unfold. After that day, I became a father who buried his 20-year-old daughter. So before I begin, I want you to picture something pretty ordinary. A car sitting at a red light idle. 5 young friends inside, talking, laughing, having a normal night. My daughter Katie was in the back seat. Car wasn't moving. It was at a red light. In a single instant, my daughter's life was gone. An intoxicated illegal immigrant slammed into the back of her car at 80 miles an hour. They never saw that coming. First responders fought to pull my daughter's dead body out of that car. She didn't survive. The man who caused the crash, Julio Cucobol, a Guatemalan national who had already been deported, ran but was eventually captured in Milford, Texas, trying to escape the country. Despite federal authorities knowing who he was able to re-enter the United States in 2022 and live in Illinois under a false identity because state policies and enforcement gaps fail to protect the public.
Sometimes it's best to listen. The pain of a parent. Exhibit number 2. Exhibit number 2. Illinois sanctuary politicians released the criminal who was hiding the body of Jennifer Boss' daughter instead of turning him over to ICE. We see all your calls. We're about to begin with them. This, too, from Fox News.
You heard the soundbite from the mayor of Chicago. You heard the soundbite from the governor of Illinois. I understand the governor has not reached out to you. Maybe that changes. But they seem to see that the White House and the president is to blame here. Do you understand
How dare
that?
they?
Do you understand that logic?
No, not at all. Governor Pritzker needs to point the finger directly at himself. These are his policies, his laws that they enacted with their super blue majority in this state. Nobody has had a choice. They have run us over with these policies that protect these illegal aliens above and beyond the citizens of Illinois. And it is absolutely despicable. They came here undetected. Then they come to these sanctuary cities where they're protected from being arrested, detained. You're not allowed to even ask what their status is. They get benefits. They can get a 4-year driver's license, a regular 4-year driver's license, and they can work jobs. There are multiple times that these illegal aliens who have come here undetected, we don't know who they are. We don't know their background. We don't know what they're here for. There are multiple times that these people can be arrested, detained, and deported, as they should be. But Governor Pritzker insists that he needs to protect them all, and it is for political power and nothing more.
In this case with Sheridan Gorman, he was caught by the system twice and then let go. The statement from the family struck us, and we read it yesterday, and we want to share it yet again. They say, we're gravely disappointed by the policies and failures that allow this individual to remain in a position to commit this crime. When systems fail, whether through release decisions, lack of coordination, or unwillingness to act, the consequences are not abstract. They are real. And in our case, they are permanent. Mm-hmm. You've lived it. You're still living it today.
I am.
What's the Gorman family in for now?
They're going to have to fight for themselves and for their daughter. They're going to have to fight for that justice because Illinois does not give it to you. It's not compassion. It's not humane what they're doing. Like I said, it's political, and people are outraged that families are being separated and all of this, but they're being separated by a border. As another angel mom says, Agnes Gibney, she says, we're separated by 6 feet of dirt and a coffin. That's forever.
Separated by 6 feet of dirt and a coffin. 800-848-9222. Exhibit number 3 coming up at the bottom of the hour. Right now, your telephone calls. Line 2, Pat in New Jersey. Good morning, Pat. What's on your mind?
Good morning, Dominic. Dominic, I as well could not sleep last night after I heard your story on your program about the little 5-year-old girl. I just kept thinking and thinking and thinking what happened to this little girl for the rest of her life. And someone from Florida mentioned to you about castration. Well, I started to think, you know what? Castration without sedation. There's nothing that could have this person. There's just not. I'm lost for words. I am so sick of every day we're hearing about what our politicians did for what? Their political purpose to allow our nation to be destroyed? I don't even know words anymore.
I hear you, Pat. Last night was one of the toughest times I've had in years. It was very, very tough for me, and I had to wake up. And as I often do, whether it's personal or professional, when it's too painful for me, and I've had a lot of painful things happen in my life, it's what I call boop, and I literally put my hand in front of my face, and I have to ignore it and just tune it out. And that's where I am with the 5-year-old little girl, because I know the pain that little, I'm not talking about the physical pain right now. I'm talking about the pain that when she's a grown woman, she will never have a normal sex life. She will probably, I hope I'm wrong, she may not be able to bear children. For what? For some savage animal, his sick sexual desire. Pat, thank you for the concern for the 5-year-old girl. Some of you have reached out to me about making donations to the family. I've got to figure all that out. I don't have a contact with the family. But, Pat, thank you for the call. We see the other calls. I've got to take a break. Folks, we are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Fox News is now streaming live on Fox One. When it matters most, turn to the voices you trust. We go beyond the headlines, bringing you the stories you won't hear anywhere else. Live coverage, sharp analysis, real perspective. At home or on the go, stay connected when it counts. Stream Fox News on Fox One. Download today.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
Let me state for the record, you should have a damn ID. I have no problem with the demand for an ID to vote. You need an ID for every damn thing else, and to the progressive left, shut the hell up. You got a mayor in New York City that required 2 IDs for you to shovel snow. You ain't in no position to be bitching about how he wants IDs and the GOP wants IDs for votes. Shut up! Nobody wants to hear that.
And that's Stephen A. Smith of ESPN. And you know what, folks, as far as the ID issue, here's think about it this way. So you wake up one day, you check the mail, and in the mail, there's a check for you for $1 million. $1 million. But you don't have ID. Without the ID, you can't cash that check. What do you think you're going to do? You're going to find a way to get some ID that day to cash that check. Come on, folks. This is a non-issue. Line 1, Jay in New Jersey. What's on your mind, Jay?
Hey, Dominic. Yeah. You called that man an animal earlier. I think that's an insult to animals because I don't see how anybody has a society. We need to, besides for implementing castration, as the earlier caller mentioned, I think immediate capital punishment is necessary for anybody that engages in such crimes against children. And as far as it goes for the Democrat politicians who import these people, there has to be a cost exacted upon those people because that's the issue. These people are purposefully bringing in these foreigners to kill Americans and to do all these horrible crimes against our children. and nothing is done about it. And, sanctuary
there
city
is a
policies,
cost, Jay. Jay, there is a cost. They're supposed to be voted out of office. There is a cost.
Yeah, well, you have enough liberal white women, Dominic, to not exactly have that happen. They do the opposite. They vote them back in for that reason. And their sanctuary policies must be prosecuted. That the evil of advocating against the citizen of the country by saying that we should defend and only protect the illegal foreigners, that's not only an insult, that's a very dangerous policy for Americans. And that should be an embarrassing position to take. And unfortunately, it's not. And I think it should be prosecuted, and even more so, I think it should be dealt with the most powerful tools we have in the justice system.
Jay, thank you for the great call. Let's go to Steve in Newark, New Jersey, line number 3. What's on your mind, Steve?
Dominic, I work both sides of the fence, in the prison and in the street. Mumu, Rabba, Bubba, they're gonna get him. You
and I already know what time it is. I just don't say it on the radio. And prison, as you know, they don't like child molesters, rapists. You have to keep them away from general population because they will get a shank in the back.
And Dominic, he's gonna have his day. Believe me, he gonna put his green paper underneath his mattress, and somebody's gonna find it when he goes to see a social worker or one of those people that he's gonna go talk to his lawyer, and they're gonna find out, and they're gonna if they don't put him in population with the other sex offenders, he's gonna get got. Trust me. And all these other poor moms and dads that are grieving over these kids with these illegals, we should gather, all of us, Sherman, all of us, and march in front of Schumer, Goldman, and that other guy. All these Democrats, we should march in front of their houses peacefully and just play the tapes of these crying parents.
And I hear you, Steve. You got a point there. You got a real good point, folks. It is time for a break. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Are you stuck staring at your W-2? Are tax refund worries holding you back? You probably have FOMO, the fear of messing up. The fix? Using TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They find every credit and deduction to help you get every refund dollar you deserve, or your money back. It's time to overcome your fear of messing up and get your taxes done right. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
You kids today are nothing but punks. Sissified. So quick to pick up a gun. You're scared to take an ass whipping. This what makes you a man. When I was growing up, this was all the protection we needed. You win some, you lose some. But you live to fight another day.
And that is so true from Hollywood, a movie that starred Ice Cube. And I know growing up in the Bronx, New York, that's exactly the way it was. I remember, I'm not proud of this, but I remember many of fights. And you win some and you lose some. But when you're fighting with your fists, you live to fight another day. It's not the end of the story. Nowadays, you stepped on my sneaker. Boom. I'm looking at my Twitter, at my X, and I'm also looking at my Facebook. So something, and folks, I can't take the credit, even though I would love to. We have a full social media team that puts up these clips of me and so on. And one that was put up less than 24 hours ago has 65,000 likes, in which I say to the illegal community, the migrant community, to get out. And Esther here says, you are so right, Dominic. Deborah says, my feelings are Rack 'em and stack 'em. I like that, Deborah. But Derek here says, talking about me, I hear Archie Bunker, but I don't see Archie Bunker. I wonder, Derek, God forbid that it happens to you where an illegal kills one of your loved ones. And then I wonder if you'll still think that I'm the black Archie Bunker. And if you're going to put me in one of those categories, make me George Jefferson. Let me own the cleaners. Moving on up to the east side. Don't laugh at me, Tony. To a decent apartment in the sky. Why you laughing at me, man?
I'm just imagining you walking like George Jefferson in the beginning of the show,
and dancing like him too. That's
with
right.
The swag,
Wheezy. Where's your brother in crime sitting right next to you? Why is he all quiet over there, Matt Blaze?
I'll be like the English dude. I'll walk all over your back.
Oh, Mr. Bentley.
Yeah, I'll be Bentley.
Cheerio, the husband,
George.
I thought you'd be the husband to what's her name, Roxy.
Tom Willis. Tom Willis, Mr. Willis.
Right. Yeah. No. Hey, both of you guys can be George Jefferson yourselves. Both of you. So, guys,
yes.
Before we continue, because I'm getting ready to go back into bad news with all of these killings by illegals of Americans. And I'm going to ask both of you guys, do we rehearse these scenes that we do?
No, we just go for what we know. It's improv.
We go for what we know, right?
Correct.
Right? So, okay. So tell me something good. Tell me something positive. Both of you.
I woke up today. I'm still living. I'm breathing.
Okay, but that's semi. Yeah, that's positive, but it's semi. Tell me something good.
The Mets won. Open the season, first game of the year, and the Yankees won the day before.
Okay, all right.
It's Friday, Dominic. Weekend.
Now that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm
talking
talking about, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you. There we go. Thank you.
I know you're gonna be in the club tonight. I mean tomorrow night. Yeah, tonight, Friday night.
No, I'll be at the Inner Circle show. MAMDANI performing. And like I said, folks, see, you guys laugh. But when I walk around the office, right, and staffers dayside literally walk up to me and they walk up and they go, "Hi, Dominic, MAMDANI." And I look at them like, what the hell is wrong with you?
See what you started? You started that last year.
I get into cabs and cab drivers turn around and go, "MAMDANI." And
you should have copywritten that.
Yeah, well, don't worry. Another radio station will steal it very soon. That's what they do. But they say we're the originators and they're the imitators. Is that the same? Is that what it is?
Something like that.
Just like when we did. That's why I don't like to do Ice Ice Baby anymore. Out of protest. Because we did it, they stole it. Every radio station in America. Trump comes in, Tom Holman, Ice Ice Baby. But we did it. Just like we did Fonnie and her boo, Nathan Wade, right? So I got to get serious again here. And we see all your calls. If you're trying to get through, just folks, just hit redial in a couple of seconds. We'll get back to your calls. But exhibit number 3, where I said at the top of the show, sometimes it's best to listen. Sometimes it's best to listen. In Virginia, of all places, Virginia is allowing 22-year-old grown men, illegals who don't speak English, to enroll in public high school. Now, just imagine how that's going to work with your 14-year-old daughter, your 15-year-old daughter. Mind you, American kids get booted for the most part from high school at age 20, right? So American kids age out, get kicked out, but the migrant kids can come as late as 22. This from Fox News.
A Virginia mom is speaking out over a statewide policy that allowed for a 19-year-old illegal immigrant from El Salvador to be a student at her daughter's high school, where he is now accused of groping girls in the hallways between classes. Israel Flores Ortiz entered the country illegally 2 years ago under Joe Biden. And even though he's 19 years old, which is older than the average high school graduate, he was still enrolled as a student. And in the state of Virginia, that is completely legal. Virginia public schools have a policy for students from other countries, and that policy reads in part, quote, if an English learner student is enrolled in a Virginia public school and turns 22 during that school year, that student may continue through the end of that school year. Now, to put that into perspective, high school freshmen are typically between the ages of 14 and 15. So theoretically, this man could have stayed in the Virginia public school system until he was 22 years old, with people almost a decade younger than him. Now, 22 is older than most college graduates. And here's one mom's take.
It's terrifying as a parent because when I send my daughters to school, I think they're safe in the care of the school. And in this case, they absolutely were not safe. And I don't know what parent wouldn't be completely distraught at the idea that their daughters could be getting sexually battered while they're changing classes. This is a public safety issue. This is a problem for every single parent in the school, whether you're a Democrat, whether you're an independent, or whether you're a Republican. This is a public safety issue, and every single parent's daughters are at risk because of this policy.
Fairfax County Public Schools did not return a Monday request for comment, but did express that safety of their students and staff, quote, remains a top priority.
Thank God my kids are grown. You know, my daughter's almost 40. Thank God. But I got to deal with my granddaughter. Okay, now, folks, you listen to this program. Imagine how this conversation will go. My granddaughter comes to me and says, Grandpa, you know, I'm doing good in high school, but Grandpa, they have these new students and they don't speak English and they're like much older than me. They're like 22. Imagine how that conversation is going to go. Just imagine that will be her last day in that school. I assure you of that. The world that we live in. Line 1, Vincent in Brooklyn. What's on your mind?
And I know you would be right up in that principal's office, giving that principal your piece of your mind. Dominic, Matt Blaze told me, I told this story last week, but I told him it's still relevant. 40 years ago, a dude raped a girl from my neighborhood. They caught the dude, and this was before 9/11. It was easy to sneak a gun into the courtroom. Well, the guy's daughter was a basket case. She was in bad shape after it all. And so when the guy went to court every day, and when the guy was found guilty, and when the judge says, please arise in the court for sentencing, the girl's father was in the gallery and put a cap in the back of the guy's head. And when he was coming out of the courtroom, they stuck a microphone in his face, the reporters and everything, and said, why did you do it? He said, my life is over. My daughter, was in bad shape because of it. My life is over, and at least he went there to take care of business. Now, I'm not saying I'm not an advocate for that, but there are some people that. What would you? I could imagine what you would do if you were in that situation. Nobody would be able to hold you back, Dominic.
Well, I'll give you two answers. I'll give you the politically correct answer, which is the justice system must play itself out. I will seek justice in the courts for. I don't even want to put words into for what happened in that situation. That's the political answer. Vincent, you listen to this show, you already know how this is going to go down. You already know. Because if this happens to my daughter, you won't be hearing me on the radio anymore. That's a wrap. It's a wrap. Because whatever he did to my daughter, I'm going to do to him. And nobody is going to stop me. So I gave you the politically correct answer. We let the court system play itself out, and we seek justice for our family. And then I gave you the real answer. Vincent, thank you for the call. Let's go to William, line 2, Central New Jersey. What's on your mind, William?
Thanks for taking my call, Dominic. The quick question I had today was, I was reading the paper. They're talking about dimming the lights in the city to restrict, light pollution.
We've done this story repeatedly. We've done this story repeatedly. But go ahead. Restricting lights after 11 p.m. in New York City. Go ahead.
Yeah, the point I'm making, though, is like that's just going to increase. The crime rate's going to escalate. I remember like coming out of class, like downtown, and like coming down some of those cobblestone streets. I remember how scary it was, how dark. He's going to make it even darker. I mean, that's nuts.
Well, that's MAMDANI for you. That's MAMDANI for you, William. I hear you. Anybody with a brain hears you. We need more lights. We need spotlights. We need spotlights, right? Maybe the spotlights will stop the rats, the big cat rats that we have. William, thank you for the call. I'm going to go against my better judgment. I'm going to go to line 4, Isaac in Brooklyn. Isaac, I spoke to you last week, and you showed your ASS. Why do you keep calling me?
I have a point to make.
No. That wasn't the question. The question was, I took your call last week. You completely showed your ass. Why do you keep calling me?
Because I told you already, I like your show and you're a good journalist.
Okay, but why don't you call the others?
Because they're not good journalists.
What's the point you want to make, Isaac?
Listen, basically, MAMDANI has to understand one thing. He's the mayor of New York City. He's not the president of the United States. He doesn't take care of foreign policy. He's the mayor of New York City. He's supposed to be taking care of the garbage, the lights of the city, making sure everyone's paid, and all these things. And every single time he has the opportunity, he just sticks in all these things of how there's a genocide and all these things. First of all, there's no genocide. That's number one, because and for him to say that the International Criminal Court says that there's a genocide, since when do we listen to the International Criminal Court? We have the United States government and their courts. Since when do we follow international law? We don't follow international law, and that's what makes us the greatest country in the history of the world. The fact that we don't go with international law and all these stupid things that the world puts out and corrupt systems. He's the mayor of New York City, and he has to understand that. And I'm very, very upset about it. Every time he just gets up there. It sounds like he's pissing people off.
I got it. Thank you for the call, Isaac. I'm looking at my Twitter at my ex, Catherine Trunk, in capital letters here, says, excellent fast-paced show. You cover many topics right on spot. Thank you for sharing some good news. We need it. My 96-year-old mother was happy that the Mets won today, too. She is a huge fan. So you see, Tony, you're in good company, right?
See, I told you.
Okay, but tell me one star in the Mets.
Touche.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
Touche.
See what I'm saying?
Touche.
Okay, but if you're a businessman, and it's a good thing, because that means you're not paying top price, right? And hopefully they'll still win. But I mean, the Mets, meet the Mets, greet the Mets, come on down. That was and meet the Mets.
Yeah,
remember that old one?
Yeah, I remember that song.
Hitting the ball out of the park, all of that nonsense, whatever. Time for a break. We see your calls. We are coming right back. 800-848-9222.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
Every morning, everyone should speak these 5 affirmations, all right? I am the best. I can do it alone. God is always with me. I am a winner. Today is my day.
And that's the legendary martial arts artist, considered the very best, Bruce Lee. Remember the movies? Now, folks, don't think that I've lost it, but what's going through my mind is, wah! That's one of the moves. Don't laugh, Tony. That's one of the moves that Bruce Lee would do in his legendary movies. This is the other thing I'm thinking about. Fast as lightning. In fact, it was a little bit frightening. Wah! Timing. Wait, where's the other part? Wait. So there we go. From funky Chinatown, he said, whatever. Wait. Wah! Bruce Lee. Don't laugh at me, Tony. Don't laugh. I just want to hear this part one more time. Everybody was kung fu fighting. Wah. Those kids were fast as lightning. Why are you laughing, Tony? Why are you laughing? And I can't see your homeboy in the corner right there. Why are you guys laughing?
You taking me back to my childhood because
back to your childhood,
on
right?
Saturdays at 4 o'clock, I would watch the kung fu movies on Channel 5 in New York.
Right,
then after that, my friends and I
Channel
would
5,
would act like we were Bruce Lee and Jim Kelly. Like,
that's right, Jim Kelly. They didn't like each other though, right?
No, they were good friends. They were in the movie together. Chinese Enter the Dragon.
Why is your homeboy quiet there? Why is he high? I'm looking around the screen. I can't see him. Why is he quiet, Matt Blaze? You don't know anything about Bruce Lee?
I'm listening to you singing about timing. Without timing.
Hey, so I got a question for you guys, right? I got a question. So you two don't have daughters, but inquiring minds want to know, what would you do? What would you do if your daughters was one of those girls? I never did the spring break thing. I was too afraid of flunking out of college and going back to the projects. To me, it was more important to stay where I was at.
Yeah, you had priorities.
Right, I had priorities,
yes,
right?
Yes, you did.
So what if your daughters, those, it's so bad with these young ladies in Florida with these bikinis on, twerking, showing everything God gave them, bent over, literally, you ain't hiding nothing, right? It's so bad, police are using paint guns to stop it, and they're arresting them and giving them tickets. What would you two do if your daughter, you found out, you saw on the news that your daughter was one of them bent over, shaking what your mama gave you? What would you guys do?
I only have 2 words to say: ass whooping.
If for a grown woman? For a grown woman.
Whooping.
Your homeboy's mighty quiet tonight.
Man, what would I do if that was my daughter?
Yes.
Lock her in the house. She never leave. I don't even know what I would. That's the pain. I can't even imagine.
And they're pretty slick with it, because when they're in front of daddy, they're dressed, head to toe, and they got the bikini packed in their little bag. Daddy, I'm going down to Florida for spring break. I'll be back, Daddy. I love you. Mwah. And then you turn on the news and your daughter's one of the ones twerking.
In high definition. In high definition.
Hey, you talk about crazy. I'm going to try and get to Mitch in a second. I'm looking at what Juliana just tweeted to us. She says here, hi, Matt Blaze and Tony. I hope you gentlemen are doing fine. I'm posting another kangaroo meats. This time, kangaroo meatballs. Oh, yeah. Gentlemen, trust me, kangaroo meats are delicious. I've eaten kangaroo sausage. It's absolutely beautiful. Cheers, she says. Why's your face frowning up, Tony?
I'm not eating it, okay? You can try to sell me whatever way you want to. I am not eating no kangaroo.
It looks good. Matt Blaze, would you do it?
No. I can't eat no kangaroo.
Yeah,
Come
I know.
on, man.
I know. Hey, guys, a little time we have left. Let's go to Mitch in the Bronx. Mitch, I can get you 25 seconds. Go right ahead.
Okay. Well, to make it real brief, 2 people who were thrown to the subway station, to the subway tracks at 63rd Street and Lexington Avenue last month. One of them died. The 83-year-old man.
Well, that's what we led the show with, Mitch. Oh, my God. If you're going to call, you got to know what's going on. We led the show with the fact that the 83-year-old died. You gotta be up on your facts, Mitch. You can't call in the middle of the show and think you're informing us of something. And we literally led the show with the fact that the 83-year-old man has died. I am back, folks, 3 p.m. Eastern. Have a great weekend.
Thanks for listening to The Dominic Carter Show. You can hear The Dominic Carter Show weekdays at 3 p.m. and Monday through Thursday at midnight and Sunday starting at 11 p.m. on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?